Here she goes. So folks, there we go. Here we go, folks. We just when things happen. This is your man all the way George Page, aka the Emperor of Film Body Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Folks, before I start this interview, as you know, we just had a passing in the bodybuilding world. I love a young lady I got to interview a while back. I was in contact with Kristen Leah. She no details of what happened with her, but we just want to give her respect and to recognize her as a competitor. As you know, she earned a pro card in 2021, and then she made a debut as a pro in 2022. And she eventually moved to here, where my guest is living in Florida, and she competed in quite a few shows. And for another friend of mine, the lovely Miss Amanda Snook, she told me she sent out and let everybody know what happened. And I want to say also to Amanda, I hope you're doing all right, baby. I know it's hurting because you lost a friend. So while we're here, we'll give a moment of silence to Kristen, and we wish her her family and friends also condolences to them too. So. Yeah. All right, folks. So shout out to you, Kristen, and baby, we're gonna miss you. So anyway, folks, I know you guys, you've been waiting for this one. You guys get excited when I get. We got a lady who just got her pro card last week, and she still looks pumped. And I know she knows calm down. She's in Florida, so it's nice and warm down that way compared to I'm in North Carolina. We're a little chilly, but she's been competing for quite some time. She's a trainer. She used to be also. She's been a Winter Strength ambassador. She was with Jake Wood. Yo, Jake, want that money? Want that gun? I have to do it his name. So we have here the lovely Miss Anastasia Ryder. So we welcome her and thank you for coming by and sharing your story. And ma'am, please share with us, how did you start into sport of we call muscle and masculinity? Please share.
Well, I was always into sports, growing up in high school, even before that. But I didn't really know what I was doing, and I just went to the gym and worked out and had fun and was there with my friends and stuff. But I moved to Georgia when I was 22, and when I moved there, I couldn't find any gyms nearby that I was used to, so I went to a private-owned gym, and it was a bodybuilding gym. And it was owned by an IFBB pro named David Coleman and his wife was a amateur women's physique competitor at the time. And I had never seen a woman that looked like that before, not like in magazines, sure, but not in real life. And once I saw her, I was like, oh my God, like you can do that. And she was super cool and we talked all the time. And I realized like what kind of world there was out there in bodybuilding. And that's really when I started to get into it, was when I joined that gym and met her and just saw what you could create through the sport.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I know a lot of ladies how they found their past like by accident or just you being you had athletic background before, so and you
Yeah.
wanted someplace to go and you found the gym. And what was her name? His wife's name?
Jennifer.
Jennifer. She ever turned pro, or she's still an amateur? She's still
No,
competing.
she's still in amateurs, but she's a great competitor. She's older,
Yeah,
but she's really good.
yeah. And I know stuff a lot, especially the time you got put into sport. Well, yeah.
No, we're back.
Yeah, I know that's all right. The time you have to put in the sport. I mean, a lot of sacrifices you have to make. And where are you originally from? Because for people who don't know.
Where am I originally from?
Yeah.
So I grew up in Philly. I lived there until I was 22. I went to school there. Lived in Northeast Philly for a while. Went to college out in like Northwest area of Philly. And that really shaped a lot of who I am for sure. But then I moved to Georgia at 22, stayed there till I was like 25, and then I've been in Florida ever since.
So you stayed down here in the South with us.
Yeah, I'm here now. I put roots down, so I'm here.
Yeah, I know. I think Florida is becoming a growing mecca for bodybuilding. I know quite a few ladies who live there now. A lot of ladies are legends. I know Janine Mikowski. She's there because I know you and Janine have been strength ambassadors. One lady I interviewed a while back was a legend, and I consider a good friend, Miss Nancy Lewis. I mean, Amanda, who I just mentioned earlier. It's growing as a mecca for bodybuilding.
It really is. That's part of why I moved to Florida. I worked in law enforcement when I lived in Georgia, and I had kind of there is some issues with law enforcement that I didn't necessarily agree with, and I was like, well, I think I'd like to take my life in another direction. And I wasn't far from Florida and Orlando and Tampa and Miami, and those are such hot spots for bodybuilding. I was like, well, I'll move here and see where this path takes me.
Well, folks, we got some news. She was the man. She was
Yeah.
12. She was. I
Not
mean,
anymore.
not anymore. Because I had a couple interviews with a couple ladies. One lady, she's a constable up in Canada. Her name is Natalie. Okay, Thompson, and also a lady who she lives in Texas, also Sylvia Tran, and she also works in the police office. I mean, I know people may not like the stuff that the police are doing, and that's true. There's some stuff that's kind of but they serve a purpose. But even though sometimes it needs to be fixed. So after you left 50, and came to Florida, when did you start your process as a bodybuilder?
Actually, it was simultaneous with my move. I went through a breakup, and that's always everybody's story. I had a really bad breakup, and I got with a coach in Orlando, and it was the first time I had ever like had any type of coaching like that, where like I had a meal plan and a training program. But that was almost immediate, and he's not like a prep coach or anything. He's just kind of like more on the personal trainer level. But what he gave me was really, really good. It was like a high carb diet, high protein, a lot of calories, a lot of heavy, like intense training. So like I was pretty blessed to have him as my first like coach. But I made a lot of progress really, really quickly as soon as I started eating on a meal plan. Imagine that. And I kind of just took it. I saw that it could be done, and I saw how to do it, and I just went from there.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean that's a good thing that you found a coach, and he got you started. And what was that first time? When was your first time you competed as an amateur?
So I moved to Florida in December, and then I got with him in December, and then I worked with him for about 4 or 5 months, and then I switched to a prep coach and competed of that year as a figure competitor. So that was God, that was like 2000. What year are we in? Like 2016, I think. A while ago.
Yes, time flies. You don't think about it. It's
No.
already because we got a couple more weeks left of this month, and it's going to be 2024. I mean, we got a couple. We got a guy coming here right here. He follows us. This is a man, Michael Boyce. He says, "Does she still have those big biceps?" Well, you're
Yeah.
looking at her right now. She, maybe I had the big biceps, but she's out there. I know. And, she got a nice suit outfit. I know you guys get excited when you ladies are here in pub. It's just been a week since she just, barely a week she competed at the North at the Nationals, and you've done it before last year. And I know you've been a multiple time winning strength ambassador. Also competed at Miss International. What was it like when your first competition? We got on stage. We told you, hey, Anastasia, you have to be half naked, tanned up, and you have to be out there sweating and dehydrated.
Um, Man, I honestly for me, I was just excited. It was all so new and exciting, and it was something that I had never even knew existed up until 3 years prior, and now I'm doing it. So like, my first prep was pretty miserable. I've had worse since then, but at the time, you think it's your worst prep ever, your first prep. But I really did enjoy the whole part of it. Like it was just cool to be able to do what I came there to do.
Yeah, I know the prep part's tough, especially you have to put yourself on a diet. Then you can't eat what you want to eat. Sometimes you be craving those little things. Like food can be both a weapon and a tool for
Yeah.
a bodybuilder. And when you finished with nationals, what was that thing you wanted the most? That thing that was calling your name. That was
Again,
calling
I have my answers are probably not what most people would think. I really just wanted to have a beer.
your name.
Like I like I don't have I used to have really bad food issues with bodybuilding, and I did a lot of work on them. A lot of work, a lot of therapy, a lot of like self-reflection. And now my relationship with food is so good that like even when I get off stage, I'm not like, oh my God, I have to go eat this, I have to go eat that. I just want to be able to watch a football game and drink a beer.
like
Simple.
like like my favorite hero, Stone Cold Steve Austin. You want to post Steve Rise and just go, kick it.
Pretty
Yeah, I
much.
know. Everybody's not going to be the same when they want something, especially. And food, as I said again, is both a weapon and a tool, especially for a bodybuilder. It's a part to build your body, and to help you process. And when what kind of plan did your trainer put you on? Who you working with now? I know because I know you're working with Nasir. That's the guy. he's the female bodybuilder whisperer. I mean, he has
I,
everybody.
yeah, I've been with him for 2 years now, and I would never work with another coach. That's he's it. Like, there's if I'm not working with him, I'm not bodybuilding.
Yeah, I mean, you're not serious. He's working with Chelsea Dion. He's working with Hella Trevino. He's working with a lot of women who I follow, and I think he's doing some pretty good work. I mean, and the thing is, people got to understand that women and men are different. Even though we're the same species, we're different.
Yes.
Breeds. I mean, what works for a man may not work for a woman. Here we go. What works for a man may not work for a woman, because I know some ladies that say, okay, they get a trainer or a coach to give them a cookie cutter plan, but you got to realize women are different. Your body chemistry is different. You are built different. It's just it's a science that has to be exact when you're dealing with somebody, especially with a female.
And that's why I like him, because I'm the healthiest I've ever been with him. We get blood work done probably like 3 or 4 times a year, depending on what's going on. My blood work always comes back great. Like, no matter what part of a show prep we're in or not, my blood work's always great. I'm always good. Like, yeah, the last couple of weeks of prep are really hard, but that's it. It's only the last couple of weeks. Like, my off season, generally my biggest issue is eating all the food he wants me to eat. So, like, if that's my biggest problem, I'm happy with it.
How many times do you have to eat?
He has me at 7 meals a day.
And it's
a lot.
I know, and you're a big girl, but that's a lot of food to eat.
It's a lot of food, yeah.
Folks, if you want to follow Anastasia, her social media stuff is in the description. You check her out. You can follow her. You're also a coach and trainer, all stuff yourself. If you're interested in working with her, if you're in the area, shout out to her. But it's no offense to you. I said to everybody on here, guys, I know she's on here. She's buffed out. I know you get excited. No D pics. Stop it.
No,
don't do it. I mean, I have had ladies who told me stories out. George, guys see me. Why guys do that? It's just.
It must work for somebody. I don't know who, but
I don't think it worked for anybody. I don't, no one. What we got something that looks like maybe a thumb or a turkey neck. I don't think nobody wants to see that. I mean, especially a woman. So, folks, we're gonna go up in her social media for a bit and check out some stuff here. She's been a busy lady. Since now she's stepping with the big dogs. So this video I sent her this one this morning because it's from JB from the Female Bodybuilding channel. He has this JB Films. I won't play the music because you know how it is. It's a little loud. Plus, YouTube is just crazy. Oh, there you go. But what was that feeling when you're on stage at that show? You feel like, yes, I got it. I think I got it.
This prep was a completely different mental place for me than I've ever had before. I went into it very, very calm. I didn't look at any other competitors. I didn't really think much about the competition. I was really focused on creating something that I knew I would love. Like, I wanted to be able to look at the pictures of myself and say, I did it. Like, this is what I always dreamed of looking like, and I've accomplished it. And that was my mindset the whole prep. So, like, on stage, I was calm. Like, I know what I looked like. I saw my check-in pictures that morning. I knew I had done what I wanted to do. And at that point, it was just about showing it.
Yeah, and you look really impressive here. This is here backstage with another competitor here. I think she's
yeah, that was old.
Yeah, and here it is. This one here. We got you won the overall, and and here you are. Right here getting the beer.
Yep, that was what I wanted. That was what I got.
That's a nice little outfit you're wearing. What's that, Guinness?
No, I do a lot of German beers, so that was a Hefeweizen actually.
And here he is on stage here when you were announced that you won the overall. These two ladies here we have a Crystal Rimson, and also we have Charisse Hayes, and she just competed at the Olympia last month. No, month before last. God, I can't really. Last month. And here is with a friend of yours here. Y'all doing y'all impersonation of Apollo and Rocky.
That's actually my friend and my client.
Yeah, I was watching that. It was I mean, I
Yeah,
really like that. I'm a big Rocky fan, you know, and here y'all running on the beach together,
it was just so much fun.
Yeah. Adrian! That's Rocky 3 when Clubber Lang versus Rocky. Here's
Yeah,
a photo. I know, guys, this is one you like to see, guys, right here. This is one. What was this one? Right before Nationals?
that was 13 days out. Yeah,
Yeah, and really impressive. I mean,
thank you.
yeah, I mean, you look pretty good.
That was
I
when it
mean,
all started to come together. I was like, okay, we got this. We're doing it. We're doing the thing.
yeah, and I mean, 13 days out, and you look like you could have been just hit stage right now. You
Yeah,
know.
we like this prep, we really didn't have any problems. Like anything we needed to do as far as like, okay, now it's time to get a little leaner, now it's time to, deplete. Like everything just worked exactly the way we needed it to.
Yeah. And we have some pictures here from look like from Halloween. You're
Yeah.
wearing the mask. You're big onto a lot of cosplay. Are you into cosplay?
I am. I used to be more into it when I had time, but I'm gonna try and get back into it even more.
If you could play any cosplay player character, who would it be?
Oh man. I would really like to do like a feminine spin on um I don't know if you're familiar with Death Note. It's an anime.
Oh yeah, yeah. I used to watch that. With the boy who L, who always writes the
Yeah.
people's names. The boys got crazy.
I would want to do like a Shinigami
Uh-huh.
cosplay.
So yeah, the death dealer. Yeah. Here we have here. This is you and this gentleman here.
Yes, this is my boyfriend.
Uh yeah, that's nice. How long y'all two been together?
About a year now.
That's love.
Yeah, he's great.
Guys, don't get jealous. She has a boyfriend. I know these guys get jealous. But she got a pretty girl, got a pretty girl. Anyway, we got here from man Stefan Prey. He says this: "Congratulations on your pro card. You look awesome."
Thank you.
Yeah, you know, and people got to understand this is a tough sport.
Hmm.
And mentally, physically, financially. For the women, it's a lot of work they have to put in, time they have to invest into. I mean, it's just sometimes it can be a little crazy. Just I have to go in, and then it's just sometimes you just feel like you don't have a plan. You're just a dog chasing cars. And as a competitor, when you yeah, yeah, when when you have to get on stage and you have to you got to do a lot to get ready. You have to your hair, your makeup, the cost of your suits. Just so much to this sport, especially for your women. Because the men, they got some tan, a banana hammock, or a pair of board shorts, and that's
I
about
know, they just show up.
yeah, that's it. I mean, like I said, but you ladies, it costs you more
Mm.
to do this sport, especially there's a lot of sacrifice you have to make for time. I know some ladies who I know who have families, they have children, they try to hold out a full-time job, and it's so much of this sport that people don't understand.
That's very true. Yeah, I own a gym and I have a clientele base, so I was working 60 to 70 hours a week every week of prep.
And it's the thing, so you have to stay motivated to do this sport because it takes a lot, and we guys who follow you ladies, we admire and respect you. I know we have the guys on the other side who might say, you know what, this chick, she's trying to be a man, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, but the thing is, if you're not committed to something, if you're not willing to put the time into something, you know, um, it's just that it's not the sport for you. I think it's best advice for you just to sit on the couch and eat cookies.
I mean, and bodybuilding is really like, I don't think bodybuilding is for everybody because it really is a very extreme sport and it's really hard on you. And I think a lot of the people that have issues as competitors are the ones that didn't understand that going into it.
Because what wasn't one while ago we had a series of deaths, and sometimes some people I know. I was talking to one lady. She told me how people like bodybuilding but don't like the competitive part of it. They
Yeah.
like the like if you look at like I follow some bodybuilders like someone like Kristen Nunn.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
really very popular on social media, but I don't think she'll be interested in competing. There's several ladies who are social media influencers in the bodybuilding world, but they're not competitive. But you have the women who get into sport because they love it. They have a passion for it. Like one thing, as an amateur, you're not making a lot of money.
No.
I know a lot of the ladies after the shows, you do just no offense. This is what we call we know we smoke. We know we do okay, and smoke. We know we call them the meat websites. Do the photo sessions stuff like that because that's the way to make income. And
Yeah.
even if you get to the pro level, you walk around like you look at Andrea Shaw. She's the Miss Olympia champion, gets 50K. When you look over someone like Samson Dua, who's third at Mr. Olympia, he gets 100K. And you say, like, you know what? That's just, not fair. I think even so again, you ladies, it costs you more than anything. Like, so again, the guys got to put on tannins, some banana hammock. It does expense they have expenses too. But for you women, you have to have your hair, your makeup, your travel expenses, your cost, your suits,
Yes.
everything that goes into this for you to get ready for a show and play your coaches and your posers.
Here's the thing about the financial aspect and women not getting paid as much as men in the sport. Obviously, that's an issue across the board in all jobs and careers. Women not getting paid as much as men. But at the end of the day, too, people have to remember that at the professional level, this is a show that they're putting on, and they want to sell tickets to a show. So just like any other sport, if people aren't buying tickets for the show, they can't give you as much prize money. So what does that mean for the competitors? Why are we not having more of an audience? And I think a lot of it is because the women are kind of afraid to put themselves out there personality wise, like the men are. I think a lot of the women aren't as secure in themselves to really promote the sport and to promote other women in the sport as well. Because that's what we need. Like, we need more fans of women's bodybuilding. If there's more people that want to watch women's bodybuilding, the money is going to go up because it's going to be there. But we have to, stop limiting ourselves as competitors and stop being afraid to put ourselves into a more public spotlight. Yeah, we might get called manly, but we might also have new fans of the sport. And it's going to be one or the other, but we have to put ourselves out there more to get more of an audience. Because I think if more people knew about women's bodybuilding, there would be more fans of it. I really do believe that.
Yeah, because most people think about bodybuilding, you're thinking about mostly two particular people. First, Arnold Schwarzenegger, because that's how he started, and the next person, Lou Ferrigno, the Incredible Hulk. A lot of people don't know like people like yourself or Linda Murray or Andrea Shaw or even who's currently the top guy in bodybuilding right now, because it's not as mainstream compared
Mhm.
to football, basketball, baseball. And I understand that the thing is like not a lot of people go to the shows, even live streams don't do as well as they should. But it's just hard. And one thing is, if we can get more mainstream people involved in sport, that could help. I know I was talking to people a while back. The Rock was interested in taking part of it. I think also I remember I was watching at the some pictures here. Shaq was at the Olympia. And I mean, I know he's done I think he did some commentary at bodybuilding shows before. I remember back in the day, some famous actors were fans of female bodybuilders like David Lee Roth, Bronson Pinchot. He's been on Perfect Strangers. It's just like, but the people will look at people like that and say like, why you like these women? Why you like these men? But it's the fact it's about the showmanship, the performance y'all put on. I think one thing I love is when y'all ladies do the final pose down in women's bodybuilding.
Yeah.
It's a lot more fun and entertaining compared to when I remember watching the Olympia for women's physique. It was a little boring. They just really didn't put enough oomph into it
Well, do you
compared
remember
to
when Margie was competing in the Olympia? Oh my God, she was so cool in the pose downs. I got to see her do one in Orlando, and she was just on there, just having such a good time. And like people like her, and I'm so like I know that she ran her course with bodybuilding and she's gotten everything out of it she wants. But like people like her bring outside people in to watch because she's so vocal and she's so out there and she's so involved in so many things and she makes so many friends in the community that aren't bodybuilders. But she's like, people like her help keep women's bodybuilding going because it's accessible and it's fun and it's sexy and it's cool and it's all of those things, and she puts it out there.
yeah. I know. I remember one time she was hanging out with Busta Rhymes, and I saw she take pictures with Jennifer Monet. You know, I mean, really, yeah. If we can get someone like that, person I think closest right now is Andrea Shaw. Here it goes. I was the closest person I got is probably Andrea Shaw. She gets a lot of attention, but
She's great.
still, yeah, we still just need someone who really can be the star out front for the sport.
Yeah, because Andrea is very much like how can I put it? She's like the picture perfect bodybuilder. So like that's cool, but it's not gonna draw new fans in. You know, they're just like, wow, she looks great, but like a kind of like an edge to them or like do something a little different. That's really what makes it popular. You know, it is a show at the end of the day.
Yeah, and like I said, yeah, I got to see her. Well, I went to Savannah last year. I got to see her do guest posing her and Mona Persilay. It was great to see her live and in person. I even got to meet people like I saw Linda Murray was there. I got to meet Alita Popa. I mean, it was just me as a fanboy. I was geeking out, being around, and I met some before. I mean, I met a couple of ladies before I started doing this content. I really we learned something when I had conversations with ladies like yourself and other ladies in the sport. And for people who don't understand what bodybuilding is, I will say generally reach out to ladies like yourself and get the knowledge of it.
Mm-hmm. No, really. I mean, like I said, I think if more people knew about it and were like involved with it, I just think it would blow up and be very, very popular.
hmm Well, folks, she did a little interview after. I don't know if she's seen it, and I got it. It was with Sheila Brown, who was a legend of
I was
bodybuilding.
so not prepared for that at all.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, this is why you should do interviews a little more. It helps you out. Sheila Brown's been in the game for a long time. I saw it. I should have said to you earlier, but I wanted to surprise you with it.
I saw it. It's
But folks, we get to hear from her voices, from her, and see her thoughts. And like I said, this is why I like enjoying talking to ladies like this and giving them a platform for themselves. So, folks, we're going to pull it up in a bit, and here we go.
oh boy.
Eh, take a deep breath.
Hi, this is Sheeta with NBC News Online. I'm here at the NBC Nationals in Dallas, Texas. I'm here with our overall bodybuilder winner, Anastasia. Congratulations. So, is this your first national or you've done several before?
Done several.
Okay, so this is the one.
Yes, this was it. Yeah.
Congratulations. And who do you want to thank? Who is your prep coach? I want to
My coach is Yasin Nasser. I've worked with him for about 2 years now. He's the best coach I've ever worked with. Would never work with anyone else.
He did a phenomenal job. So you transplanted from Philly to Tampa now,
Yeah.
and now you're in Texas hanging out. The weather is much better than Philly in it here. But is that hesitate? Oh my gosh, you're
Okay.
hesitating.
Well, I grew up in the Northeast, and I grew up with seasons, and I grew up with winter, and
We don't
now
have
it's
seasons.
yeah, and the South is just not the same for me. You know, I love it here though. I love it here. But
Well, this is going to bring back memories because you got your pro card here.
yeah,
Yeah. So we hope to see you on the pro stage soon. I'll be the host, talk to your trainer. And now you get out early enough to go get something to eat and wipe the tan off. Yep. Congratulations, Anastasia. This is Sheila with NBC News Online. We're signing off. Congratulations. Hope to see you in the pro stage soon.
yeah, I'll figure that out next.
That was great. I think that was genuine because you know what, you know, I know you kind of like coughed out God, but it was so like it was genuine how you responded and talked to Sheila. I know you look like take a deep breath.
So I was totally unprepared for all of that, and also I before I compete in anything, I smoke hella weed to calm me down. Otherwise, I get way too excited and I'll blow it. Yeah, like I have to because I've tried to not because I'm like I need to keep my head in the game, but my head is not in the game if I don't. I'm just so anxious and ready and excited, and I just like to stay calm. So she pulled me out, and I was not like stoned, but I was a little high still, and I was like, "Oh my god, what is happening? I can't talk right now."
Well, you did pretty good. I mean, especially you weren't like you was zoning on cloud nine. You did pretty good. And you know what? This is one thing you got to remember. Now you're in this position where people really. I know we did interviews before, because and you're in a position now that now you're in the top level for your as a competitor. You're at the pro now.
Mhm.
And I think there'll be more people want to reach out because I know you just did something with the Female Bodybuilding channel. They got it. They
Yeah.
probably post theirs later this week. And I know you have a couple of people who want to reach out to you to hear your story because this is one thing. This is why I said I do this. This is why I do this. And this is one thing reason why I did because I remember that old quote for the movie Green Mile. Get them while you're young. Get them while you're fresh because we want to because sometimes I reach out to some ladies and say, nah, I don't want to do. I'm kind of shy, yeah. But then when I get them on, I say, okay, they just open up and it gives them opportunities. Like, you know what? No one really gives me a chance to speak about myself because I got a friend. I know you know him. His name is Big Keith Williams. That's Tina Williams' husband. We talked about this how not enough people give y'all ladies a chance to talk about yourselves, to share your stories. If you go, I'm on YouTube, and other than Female Bobby Channel, D on the Spot, there's David from Female Bobby Forum, a couple others. There's not a lot of us out there. A lot of people out there give y'all ladies a platform. Everybody's going to base everything mostly on most definitely the men. As we know, the men's division, if you know the pimping game, is the bottom bitch. They're the ones that bring the money, bringing the attention. And then you base also on the TNA division. That's the new division, wellness, and also you have bikini.
Mhm.
But the women in physique, bodybuilding, and figure, I really give them a little more attention because even though it's still kind of more like closer to bikini and wellness, it's getting that same stink eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you just recently they just kicked it out of Arnold, you
Mhm.
know, and then we talk about how the lines are blurring between the divisions,
Yeah.
because Cerise, she double dipped. She was doing physique and women's bodybuilding. I had an interview with a lady who also she was doing the show. She was doing both figure and wellness, and this is as a trainer and as a competitor. As long as you see that the walls are turned between these divisions.
Well, we need more competitors. There's not enough of a standard, especially at the amateur level. Like at the pro level, I don't feel like it's as common, but at the amateur and going into the pro level, yeah, there's a lot of like blurred lines between the divisions, but we just need more people doing the bigger divisions. Like we know what bikini looks like. We know what wellness looks like. We even know what figure looks like. But then we start to get in a line where like physique can kind of look like figure, physique and bodybuilding can look alike. I went to one show where a girl won the overall in figure, women's physique, and women's bodybuilding. And I was like, it really shouldn't be that way. But if they can only compare who they have at that show, they can't just say, well, this is what it should look like. Like they have to pick the winner between what they have. So if we had more women just competing in general, I think it would be easier for them to set a standard and stick to it.
Yeah, I think I interviewed one. We go back, Chris. I interviewed one lady who earned her pro card both physique and women's bodybuilding at the Romania Muscle Fest last year. I know one lady from Russia. She just did the same thing too at the Romania Muscle Fest, and another lady did it at the European show that was with the Masters Olympia. Yeah, it just where and one thing I think, especially in the shows overseas in Europe, not a lot of ladies gonna say like, I don't want to do women's bodybuilding because I lose my femininity. I don't want to get it. That's always they're gonna say, but you're not too far. If you do physique, you're not too far from it. You're not that far, you know. But it's just it's tough. I know. As a fan, I just don't hate when you like. I talked to a lady. She's a friend of mine. She just got a pro card women's bodybuilding. She said she might lose a pro card because the fact was there wasn't enough competitors, but she got a pro card anyway. Just saw one lady who just got a pro card. She had to petition to get a pro card. I mean, you remember last year when even Montgomery did that show in Vancouver.
Yeah.
She's the only woman there. She still got with the qualification. And there was one lady who competed at the Chicago show at the Mr. Nash show. There was supposed to be two, and she got a pro card because Jake. That's his show. Jake. I always gotta say when I see Jake's name. Jake. Jake. I want that money. I want that gun. Speaking about Mr. Woods, what was it like? You being ambassador, what was it like working with him?
Oh, he's great. Jake is probably the best thing to ever happen to the sport for us, really.
Yeah, because he stepped up about when after 2014 when the IFBB kicked the women's bodybuilding out of Olympia, and he created the Rising Phoenix. And Margie was two-time champion, Alina was champion, Helifer was two-time champion. Right now, Andrea's four-time
That's right.
champion,
She will be
four-time.
as
Yeah.
long as she wants to be.
Yeah, I think she's gonna be dominant. I mean, a lot of people say there's guys out there hating on her because they're like, and this is what they I know a lady. Her name is Eunice. She's out of Texas. She has a company called Bad Rap. She was there at the Olympia. She got Andrea Shine her muscle development magazine for me, and that really touches my heart because she took time out of her time, her day. She was going to go for fourth title and send that to me. And that's why I genuinely like women like her, and that's why This is why, as a fan, I like to give y'all ladies opportunities to share your stories. When I started this, I was taking care of my mom. She was sick, and 5, 6 years, and I did this because it was helping me my mental aspects of taking care of a sick parent. And then when she passed, I said, you know what? I need something to do, and I need a purpose. And I reached out to ladies like yourself and started doing interviews and started getting connections. And really, from the small aspects, I'm really learning some stuff that people don't understand. Like the fact is, you ladies, even like this is like one thing is we smoke when you ladies are in competitive condition, when you're like on the stage, when you like there's an old show smoke saying a long time ago, you ladies rock hard, we're rock hard.
What was it?
So when you ladies rock hard, we'll rock hard.
Yeah.
And yeah, but we gotta realize you're at a point where you're dehydrated, sleep deprived. Your body is like I've seen videos of ladies fainting on stage. I interviewed one lady who fainted at the Olympia about 10 years ago. No, nearly over 15 years ago. And it's tough, like I said again. But you do the sport because you love it, you have a passion for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, we're not gonna hold much too long because I know she just got home. I know she probably wants to eat and just chill out and rest. I do appreciate the time she's given me with this interview. But we would like to ask you this question. As a competitor, what would you like to see change in bodybuilding? We already talked about earlier, but what for your mindset, what would you like to see for bodybuilding change?
I would like for it to become more like the men's bodybuilding. I want there to be, rivalries. I want there to be drama. I want us to have everything that they have. I mean, there's no reason why we can't also have fun. Like, yeah, it's a hard sport, it's extreme, but because of that, why can't we enjoy it too? Like, you see the guys joking around all the time and making videos together. And like with the women, and no offense to this, but it is what it is, it's almost always sexy stuff, which is great, cool. But that's not everything that's bodybuilding. There's so much more to it than just that. And I just wish that we as women could exhibit more of those other fun things. Like do a fun photo shoot. Make a TikTok with another competitor, start a rivalry with somebody, like anything. It doesn't have to only be like OnlyFans over and over again. Like there's so much else we can do with the sport, and there's so much art we can create, and there's so much beautiful stuff we can do. But we just have to put ourselves out there and do it.
I remember it was like about 20 years ago. I think you're still young. There was a lady by the name of Laura Feinstein. She did a thing called the World, I think, Muscular Women. They came all together, and they did like a little show. They did like weightlifting, things like that. Maybe something like that would be good. If somebody, one thing you have to find it.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, you have to find a person who want to do that. Come together, get like the top competitors. You can get Andrea Shaw, someone like Chelsea Dion, something like someone like Angela Yo, Sherry Priami, even some of the ladies from Physique, like one lady who I'm pretty cool with. Her name is I can't remember. I got so many names in my head. There's so many, and I think we did have a rivalry between Natalia and Sarah, but that's another division. But it kind of plays into bodybuilding, and it's not like they like the stuff between like guys like Phil Heath and Kai Green or Arnold and Sergio Olivier. I know men are different compared to women, and it's easier to it's easy to lay into the sexual appeal of women because the fact is women are set as a standard. Like like one thing is like in the modeling world, women make more money than men. The top paid women, like you remember Tom Brady was married to Giselle Bundchen. He's big time NFL quarterback. His wife makes more money than him. And that's the thing is sex like even if the porn industry, the women are always the one who make the money because that the fact is the general people who follow us is men.
Yeah.
We follow the women. We watch the women. The guys are there for a purpose. You know, sometimes you can do without them, but sometimes it's more fun when you're there because we can fantasize that's us. But that's the thing is about fantasy and women. They have to, you know. I know a lot of ladies do OnlyFans and they do other stuff, and you know, so again, the beat me websites because that's the way circumvent money.
And
Even
I don't think there's anything wrong with that at
Mhm.
all. Like I totally support any woman that does that. Like go for it. But I just wish that we could do other stuff too.
Mhm. Well, I think if ladies can come together, you know, and too bad that the Women's Strength Ambassador program is gone. I mean, you know, yeah, that was something that I think really could have been grown some out of that, you
Yeah.
know. And I think if we get enough women who maybe have like minded like yourself to grow something like that, maybe reach out, maybe like let's come together, let's do something like before the Olympia, you know, let's do like a little show or something. Let's test the strength,
Yeah.
like performance, something that maybe get the crowd to come because you know, like in the movie Green Mile, if you build it, they will come.
Hmm. Well, I mean, like even if you look at Venice Beach out in Cali, you know, they all the bodybuilders used to go out there and work out like out in public, and like people would watch them, and it was a cool thing to do, and we could do that.
Yeah, I think that it just got to find the right person who want to promote it. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, if I could do it, I wouldn't mind doing it. I would love to do something like that, you know. But I'm too broke. Right now, I got to get a jump. I got to get a new battery for my car. It's been cold. It just I hate a car. I want to push it off the mountain, you know, and get the insurance off of it. But
But you do need it, though.
I live out in the country, man. Yeah, we need to get away. We don't have public transportation like that. Yeah, I need to get around. But yeah, I think people like yourself who like you know these upcoming competitors who come in, I think really can fuel bodybuilding. And I mean one thing is if the promoters out there like as you know next year not gonna be a lot of shows for women's bodybuilding. I mean the Masters Olympia is going to be coming by yearly because it's coming 2025. Um, got kicked out of Omaha, Puerto Rico. I don't know if it's gonna come back. I mean, and no, and then they were complaining about so many competitors for the Olympia, but then we have promoters. We have 2,000 bikini wellness and men classic shows, and then you only had 10 Miss Olympias this year because you know Hell had to drop out because of her personal reasons, and
Yep.
Christina got sick. It's just tough. It can be discouraging.
Yeah, and I just think that the key for the division is just to keep growing it, and we have to do whatever we can to grow it. And that's why I said, you know, getting more sides of women's bodybuilding, like having the girls train together, having them put on little shows, that's going to appeal to more people because there's some girls that aren't into the sexual aspect of it at all, like period, and they don't want any part of it. So if they see that there's other sides to it, they might want to join now.
Yeah, just like a good old fashioned, you know, get together, sit down, and say, "Well, let's set out a plan, and
Yeah.
let's have something to work together. Let's come together as a family. You know, like you know, if you come together and you have a good plan that everybody agrees with on it, then I think you have something. We got here, my man John Doe coming through here, and John says, Anastasia is hitting the nail on the head. I agree with her vision for how women's bodybuilding should be. And, you know, and that's the thing. If people like yourself, like I said again, who love this sport, who really wants it to grow, you know, we would appreciate it. But like I said, we do have those guys out there who be like saying, you know, Anastasia, you're a big, buff, lovely piece of flesh.
Yeah.
No. Come on. So I said, Mr. Ryder, I have a plan we want to work out. So if you are interested and you know some ladies who want to take a part of it, I will happy set it up. I can provide the venue. You just provide the ladies, and we have something that can work together. You know, really give women's bodybuilding a place, a face on the map, on the world.
I hope we can do that. I would love to.
Well, like I said, you know, my master Razago taught me, be aware of surroundings at all time, young Master Wayne. Never give a shield feeling for a killing blow. But, you know, we do wish all the best for her in her future. I know bodybuilding is set again, it's a tough sport. People gotta understand. If you're someone out there, now do you have any sponsors or anybody who wants to shout out to while you're here?
Not really. It's just me.
And some part it's all on your on your shoulders. She got big
Yeah.
shoulders. Look at them.
Yeah. So well, it's good. No, you know, I coach people myself. I coach a lot of competitors myself. And that my community that I've created here with me is probably better than any sponsor I could ever have. Like I had one of my clients did my makeup for me and did my tanning. My best friend bought my suit for me. You know, clients would come forward and like give me money for travel. Like just I've built a community here, and that's really the only sponsor I feel like I need. I mean, I have people that care, so I was not
And,
to say that.
and what about your family? Are they with their mindset of it?
I'm not really close with my family. My grandmother thinks it's pretty cool, but that's really the only family member I talk to. But again, I have such a good community here. Like I've built everything I needed.
Well, we say bless your grandma. She's a good woman standing by her grandbaby. I know she loves you. That thing is it's tough, especially in this sport when sometimes you lose friends and family members. But you have a good community that stand by you. You have people who are your fans, supporters who can go with you from hell to high water, and that's a good thing for the sport to have that support because sometimes I've talked to some ladies. Sometimes this thing can affect your mind, and there's times where you just go in a dark place. And I've talked to some ladies, and we just have a good conversation. Sometimes I remember one time we just one lady had an hour-long talk, and just realize what's good for her. But
Well, I'll say one more thing on this, and then we'll wrap it up. But a lot of people noticed that this year was a significantly better year for me as far as competing than I've ever had before. On that note, I can say that my circle closest to me changed completely this year, and I can contribute the vast majority of my success to that. It really is the most important thing is who is supporting you and who isn't.
well, we do appreciate you and your time, and we wish you all the best. Folks, like I said again, if you want to follow Anastasia, her social media stuff is in the description. Reach out and genuine. Also, if someone who may be more interested in promoting her, that will help these competitors in the long run. But guys, you know my rules. You know my rules. I know she just did a show a week ago. She still look like she's buffed out. She needs a little tannin oil and some baby oil. She'll be ready to go. But be respectful. This is a lady. She got a big boyfriend. No D pics. Stop it. Get some help. Come on, guys.
We'll see.
Yeah. Well, we do appreciate your time. I thank my man Michael Boyce for coming through, Stefan coming through, John Doe, anybody who watched this video, share, comment, subscribe. Follow Anastasia. If you know her, like I say, if you are someone out there, if you have a plan that we can work with and come together, please say something. Step up. We need y'all. It's us fans that keep these ladies going.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, appreciate it. Thank you, and all the best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Well, I got a quote again from my man, the movie Dark from Batman Begins. You never have to. Batman said to Jim Gordon. But anyway, folks, this is your man all the way George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk. Don't like, subscribe. I am out. Have a good rest of your week and happy holidays.
Okay.